Code is intended for a mature audience.
We like to use naughty words.
And I heard someone say Digimon, you were funny.
Another retrospective, I smell tamers on the way.
No, that you just went past a bathroom, that's all.
Yowie wowie!
Why would you ever cheer for the Frontier kids? All they f***ing do is lose!
I mean, if it's a Leomon, it's probably gonna die.
Yeah, if Teromon is Shoutmon by the fandom's comparison, you wait till we get to Hunters. Tagaru is gonna make Daisuke look like a goddamn saint.
Yeah. Crosswords is better than Tamers.
Oh shit! Meg's just the Joker leaving the hospital.
Look, I know it's going to annoy people, but Atmon is just peak fiction, and it's the best thing, like storytelling-wise, that this franchise has put out so far. Sorry, not sorry.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
Naughty, naughty. Now I gotta do the whole intro again. Hold on.
The Code Cran podcast is intended for a mature audience.
We like to use naughty words.
Okay, no, I'm not really gonna do the whole intro again, but... Oh, but the whole bit has been ruined! I went into the wrong scene by mistake, and then I was just like, oh...
Yeah, you joke about going into it now, so now you've gone into it twice for no reason.
Yeah! Oh, I'll just snip it on the VOD. Screw that. Boo! Anyway, welcome to episode 341 of the Cocrown Podcast. My name is AJ. Joined along by... Miss McMahon.
Hi.
And here we are with we're back to Digimon Liberator. The novels have like, it doesn't really feel like that long ago we were doing Chadley and Milfy's novels. Probably make sure you're on. We are not late. We were on time. We started at 23:30 on the button, you lying heathen. We started on the button. We were not late. Screw that. Anyway. What am I, an idol who's not allowed to swear? Ah, fuck that noise.
Oh.
Don't lose your glasses.
Nearly lost him. Oh, I need to wipe these.
So we're dealing with Yao quite a bit today in this chapter, in this novel, it seems.
Yao in the novel?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And Espimon.
Oh.
Yeah, those were kind of my feelings. Like, yay!
I hope he's a better Espimon than the other one.
I'm like, yay! Yao's here. Oh, so is Espimon. But they gave Espimon, like, new evolutions. Like, he's not... he'll go from Hover Espimon to like 2 new forms, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Do my glasses like?
No, it
No?
should be there.
It's not.
It's around there. Could you not have like cleaned them before you came up?
I didn't realize they needed to be cleaned till I put them over my eyes.
Don't you always do when we're doing this? It is there. I saw it earlier.
I know where the other ones are. So.
Ah. See? You wonder why I'm late a lot. This woman will make me late to my own funeral. I'll be in the box and I'll still somehow be late for being lowered into the ground.
Look, that's also your luck stat coming into that, so
Yeah, didn't I roll a 1?
Thanks.
On the luck stat, I mean. So, yeah, so one of Espimon's new forms is like going to be a big robot, like superhero, like Gigantor looking thing,
Okay.
which completes. Don't worry, we'll be there to let you down one final time. Oh, Will you though? Somehow I doubt.
I only got a brief glance of the bunny waifu just before we started, so.
Go looking at spoilers. How dare you?
How's it a spoiler? It's a new Century Bunny, right?
And then New Century. Yeah, but I was gonna show it off properly here.
Ah.
And you never check social media, so I thought I was safe. Fuck's sake, you let me. You don't check it when I want you to, and then you're all over it, and I'm like, oh no, Meg won't see this. It'll be fine.
I had to lie down, so I had to do something.
Please don't take that out of context. So anyway, so yeah, Espimon becoming a superhero completes the Tamers stuff for the Ghost Game crew. Because Gamamon was the Guilmon, and Goramon was the Renamon. Jellymon was the Terriermon.
Yeah.
And now Espimon is the Monodramon. Because he turns into a superhero.
Yeah.
So we have dragon, humanoid furry, robot, and superhero. So it completes the 4 of them. Which just says to me that Espimon should have been Kotaro's partner, but you know, we're not going to get into Ghost Game's shoddy writing again.
Nomura?
Nomura even. Wasn't Kotaro his surname or something, or am I thinking of a different character?
Maybe it's that. Maybe that's his full name. Yeah.
I have it all here ready to go.
I literally just scrolled past her to get rid of the notifications. I didn't look at her.
Well, let me bring everything back up. So, so her name is Hengemon, or Changemon. A deity-type Digimon containing data related to the widely known moon goddess in Chinese folklore. It usually lives alone on a ship called the Guanghan Palace, which resembles the moon. This Digimon is quiet and beautiful, though it rarely has the chance. I guess we'll get the rest of the thing later. But it's called Henge Beast because every Digimon in the Chinese version ends with Shou rather than Mon, so Shou is their Mon.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we've been calling it Hengemon. And we got new art for Tactimon for New Century, so that's fun. So I'm gonna pop that all up on screen now. I know it's not on screen. I know what I'm doing, Yuki. Contrary to belief, I know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm so agitated today. So. So this is her. And I
Okay.
wasn't too far wrong when I said like a Anjuwamon, Fairymon kind of waifu for her.
Ears are very cyber.
Yeah, I do really like the ears and the big pink ponytail.
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of reminds me of your one from Demon Slayer. I know she has green in her hair, but kind of reminds me of that. Also, I do love this crescent blade bat signal that she's carrying. That's really cool. That's actually better than I thought it was going to be because by the silhouette we thought like she was holding it like underneath, like on like the
handle that'd be on a shield.
Yeah. But no, she's just grasping it by the side, so that's kind of fun. The cybernetic eyes are a really nice touch. Not so sure about the shoulders, but I'm sure I'll get used to them.
There is a thing.
But she's wearing a Chinese dress under the armor. Was that like
under the breastplate, but over the rest of it?
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. It's a really interesting like. Was this black Chinese dress? Obviously with the moon accents on the hips,
I can't remember what they're called.
But it's a really interesting design all the same, and I like her little slippers that are done like bunny feet.
They're really cute.
This definitely isn't fitting into the Dianamon evolution line though.
No,
it's so drastically
Cheong
different.
Sam.
The Cheong-sam, that's the one. So she's wearing so she's got her gold like Gilgamesh armor on from Fate. And then she's got the Cheong-sam over the armor, but then she got the breastplate over the Cheong-sam. I don't hate this like at all. I actually think she's really well put together.
It makes you wonder: is the armor her body? Therefore, the dress is her body.
Right? Like, is she just a big robot? And I'm down for that if she is. Like, if she's a big
the things on her shoulder. There's something down in our junk drawer currently that screws onto something, and I don't know where it's from. And it looks exactly like those.
I don't know. I'm getting like spinning top vibes, and I don't like that because it just looks like it's a spinning top in a dish.
Yeah, it does.
But I know it's not because this side it looks more like a flower, like a lotus pad kind of thing, and that might be more what they're going for, like a lotus pod. But just the angling is very interesting. Very.
She has bunny ears on her boobs.
She does.
Which does fit into the other line.
Which does, yeah. Also, I don't know if you can see it here. I'll try and zoom in.
The bunnies on
the weapon.
Yeah.
I love like the little bunny just chasing after the clouds, or they could be little korodama things. Oh hey, look at my zoom working. That's fun. Yeah, so the little fiery bunny here chasing after the little fireballs is adorable. And it's repeated over here at the back. So that's really neat.
There's another present on it.
Yeah, I still can't not see it as a bat signal though, so thanks. You've kind of ruined it in a way.
Sorry.
So we do have video of her.
Okay. Tilt the mic out a bit there.
If it will, oh come on, that's only a. Twitter and also all social media is being weird today because everyone's running away and joining social media, so it's all being weird. But such a nice walking animation. I think she's just a big robot. She just looks like she's a big robot wearing a dress, and I love it. I'm here for this.
Is. I love it.
Yeah, don't fist the androids.
What?
Sorry.
What did you say?
Intrusive thoughts. Sorry, you were gonna say?
I don't remember. Got so distracted by whatever the hell you said. I wish I had chocolate.
It's like it'd be so fun now to kind of see like artwork of her Dianamon Dear Bitmon, and I guess one of the Cherubimon. Or something else in the Lotmon line. Sort of all together. That'd be really nice.
I like that the dress isn't just plain as well, it's got a pattern on it.
Yeah. Also do like the holy ring on the end of her ponytail.
That's what I was about to say. Before you rudely distracted me.
Well. I think we have, so is this her attack? The crescent-shaped weapon is called Jade Rabbit. Oh, this doesn't zoom in, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay.
Can you right-click full screen? No.
Nope. Twitter sucks. What do you want? Oh, that's cool. So she gets the start of her walking animation from the other one, and then just leaps into the air with the thing and kicks it down at you. That's kind of cool.
I like it.
Oh.
Ah.
She's... I know it looks like she's a jogress between Dianamon and Cherubimon, but this is mainly how to get her mechanically in the game. If her specific lore doesn't say so, it's hard to presume. So she might actually be a jogress rather than her own thing. I'm not sure I like... I think I would prefer her be her own thing.
Yeah.
Like, you don't necessarily have to mash the other two bunny Digimon together. But I get it. You already have a rabbit Digimon of the moon. And, you know, far from giving Dianamon a burst mode, I guess a jogress into... that technically makes her an ultra level. Rather than a mega. So I guess we're just waiting for, like, the specific, like, her reference book to be updated before we know.
Yeah.
But I still think she's pretty cool. Oh, is that a transparent one image, is it?
Just hang her up in the background.
Yeah, I'll have to I'll crop the New Century logo out of it, but yeah. I can do that later. Still cool though. I really do. I really do like the design.
Oh, Desmond said you guys abandoned me yesterday. We told you we were going to be here on Thursday.
Desmond, we said on Sunday we were going to be here on Thursday. Oh, speaking of, next week for the rest of November, the Wednesday show will be on Thursday. I'm just gonna put that out there while we're just while that topic has come up. Also, hello Desmond. Her shoulder plates are mooncakes. Oh, okay, that's it. That's not sure how feel. That's an interesting idea. Probably still a level 6 in game, similar to the other Chinese god Digimon.
There you go.
Oh yeah, interesting. We'll have to see if Hildy can get us some.
It's too late. New Autumn Festival.
Oh, New Autumn Festival. Boo.
Next year.
R.I.P. Good Wednesdays. Yeah. So what's happened is next week, we'll still be doing Digimon Adventure episodes 10, 11, 12, and 13 next Thursday. The reason we're not doing it on Wednesday is because the Stellar Blade Near Automata DLC drops, and I want to play that. That's really what it's come down to.
You're so selfish.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the following week, because Chapter 8 of the comic dropped today, Chapter 8 Part 1 dropped today, we fully expect that Chapter 8-2 will be out the following week. So if we're going to cover the comic as it comes out, that will also be on a Thursday. So yeah, so the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th will all be for will be, and then in December, providing nothing else drops, we should go back to the Wednesday Sunday format. So it's just for this month. Also, it's a bit better to keep it uniform than going Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
You know, keeping it uniform is probably better. He technically has 4 round cakes. Nice round
round
cakes.
cakes.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. I mean,
Those 2 are bombs.
that's fair. I'll give you that.
Or the other ones are Babs.
Ah, see,
Mm.
buns and baps are still bread related.
But are they cake?
I don't
Only
think
if you're in
baps are.
Subway.
What?
Only if you're in Subway.
Only if you're in Subway. Yeah.
I don't even know if my ski sent.
Oh no, social media is a dumpster fire today because everyone's leaving Twitter and joining Blue Sky. So
Yeah.
Twitter's panicking because so many people are archiving and deleting their accounts because the Grok stuff kicked in, which isn't just training AI on your artwork, it's also training AI on your tweets. So F that noise.
Good luck to the AI after reading everything I've ever said.
So everyone's kind of jumping ship. So social media platforms are just kind of having server overload today, I think. But yeah, so having a look at Hengemon, which, you know, I don't know if that's going to end up being her official name, but I guess we'll see. Card game art when, please.
Yeah.
But how do you feel?
I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a...
I didn't expect her to be fully gold, but
No,
I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it.
You know, goddess and all.
Yeah.
And if she was all silver, then she'd just be Dianamon.
Well, you see, that's the thing, and I think that's what they were going for. And I think I prefer her over Dianamon.
Yeah,
But she's not as clunky.
She's not over. Yeah, she's not over designed.
Yeah.
So it works.
Yeah.
Like she is still full of crescent moons everywhere, but they fit in nicely with the design.
Yeah, they've really they've made her aesthetically pleasing. Where
They're not
Dianamon,
stabbing her in the face when she crosses her legs.
right? Or you know, her shin guards aren't also sad moons that could stab you and her. You know, so. Yeah, no, I definitely think she's a bit more aesthetically pleasing than Dianamon, but the moon is usually drawn gold in Asian art, so it works. Yeah, that tracks. Dianamon is Roman. Did we figure that out? Roman, Greek?
You said Greek and Desmond corrected you to Roman.
Right, so yeah, so
but one stole from the other.
so one stole from the other, so it's
I can never remember which way around that is, though.
I think the Romans stole from the Greeks.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
They kind of stole from everybody.
Didn't they just? That's why we have modern Christianity, because they stole from everybody.
I need to make a version of me with no ponytail so I can fit in this Lotmon.
Yeah, you're fine.
There's just a hole in the top of my Lotmon
Yeah,
hoodie.
just to accommodate. It's like in anime when the characters have like a hole in their clothing to accommodate their tail.
Yeah.
You just have a hole in the blanket to accommodate your ponytail.
Yeah, or like Lukua's hat for her horns.
Yeah. Yep. Romans took over the Greek gods. And watered them down. What? Ares could take Mars in a fight. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Ares could take Mars in a fight.
Oh, you just made me sad thinking about Ares.
Oh yeah, gee.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's not even where I was going, but yo. Yeah, oh, poor guy.
Sorry.
No, now I need to kill the mic because I'm going to say something awful and I don't want it on air.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's stuff for the other show.
That's oh yeah, that is.
You gotta say that behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's for the other podcast. So if you want to know what I was saying, memberships are open. But anyway, yeah. So this chapter is going to feature a lot of Yao. We're going to be introduced to Altea, who is the robot we've been seeing.
Yes.
and the robot is the one partnered with Espimon.
Right. Explains
Why he evolves the way he does, I guess. Yeah. So shall we get into the novel then?
Yeah, what does Desmond's comment mean?
Fate Grand Order accurate for Lost Belt 5.5. What? I'm presuming that's what FGO stands for in this context. Fate Grand Order. Well, look, I will bring I have 5-1 ready to go. So let's bring the novel up on screen.
Oh, zoom in.
Ruby Cool Guy says, honestly should have been alternate Andiramon Mega and then a Jogress. Yeah, I could see that. I mean,
what does Andiramon look like again?
That's Antilamon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was thinking it was that other rabbit, the pink one in the dungarees.
Oh, Teruimon?
Teruimon, yeah.
Yeah, the one with the gauntlet, the spiky
It's
gauntlet
a dungaree,
things.
isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Teruimon's underrated. It doesn't get enough love.
No, because everyone expects Slotmon to be like a Pokemon and go the other way.
Yeah.
It only has one evolution line, damn it.
I also think it's because it never featured in Tamers. That Teruimon just isn't as iconic a design as Galgomon. The dog with Gatling gun hands is going to trump the rabbit with claws question mark on its hands. It's not as iconic a design, but it's certainly underrated. But if it's just going to be a Jogress of Dianamon and Cherubimon Vice, I don't know how down I am for that. I do hope it get. I hope that's only for New Century, and they do give it a proper evolution line later. But I also understand maybe you don't. But then I'm sure there's multiple Digimon who do this. But I can understand the idea of not wanting two Digimon lines based on the exact same concept.
Yeah.
Even if the folklore version is, even if the folklore is different, the idea is still the same. Rabbit on the moon. So if she is a Jogress and that is it, I get it. But I think the design is cool enough that
it merits its own line.
It merits its own line and doesn't have to deal with the Dianamon's general clunkiness.
Yeah.
Oh, Wendymon also overshadows it. Yeah, and that's mostly because of Hurricane Touchdown. Yeah, the Wendy...
And now survive.
And now survive. And now survive, yeah. Like, you can't even get to Ruimon in Survive until you're on the golden path. So, yeah. Wendymon, yeah. It's one of those things, that is one of those things where I think, like, the English translation, like, is better. Because, like, the Japanese version is Wendymon.
Yeah.
And the English version just went, no, Wendigo.
Yeah.
It's like Wizardmon.
Apparently, you're not supposed to say that word. It's like a taboo thing for
Native Americans.
Native American culture. That we shouldn't be using that in things, or like I've seen a lot of people saying, VTubers shouldn't be Wendigo themed because it's actually highly offensive.
Tell that to the Japanese company 25 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
It's legacy media at this stage. Like, we can't not call it what it is.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it's just something I found out recently, and I thought that was kind of interesting. It's like how we, have the whole thing about the fairies over here, about how they're actually horrible and cruel, scary things that will steal your children and replace them.
Oh yeah.
But
you could make some really interesting, like, Fairymon alternate universe horror stories if you just based her in Irish folklore.
Yeah.
That'd be especially with the way Shootumon looks. Like, oh yeah. I get that. I do. I get that entirely.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that if it was more intrinsic to our beliefs.
Yeah.
That we would find that a bit more offensive otherwise.
Yeah. I wonder, would we, though?
The Irish as a whole, probably not.
No. Culturally, we're kind of like,
whatever.
Yeah, just
whatever.
Just don't be rude. That's
yeah.
Our whole premise to everything is just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And you're fine. We leave you alone. So, but I totally get where you're coming from. But what I was saying about the naming thing, it's like with Wizardmon.
Oh yeah, he's like Wizardmon.
He's just Wizardmon in the Japanese, and the English went, no, we're putting that D back on his name. He's a wizard. A Wizardmon did it.
That one makes more sense because in Japanese, then he'd be Wizardumon.
Yeah.
Wizardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't just put the D and the M together.
No.
They have to pronounce something in between it.
Yeah. Oh well, look, it is what it is. It fits so much with Teruimon and Dirumon, Chinese mythology rabbit warrior. Also, I remember when Wendigomon was called Endigomon here in the States. You're a Wizardmon, Taichi. He did, he had some other, he did have was it Endigomon? I think I do remember him having like some other kind of name. It like the same way Cherubimon used to be called Kerpimon, which is like a really bad translation of Cherubi. But let me see something here. Wikimon should have it. It tends to have all the names of the different localizations. Wendymon. There we go.
Wendymon sounds like it should go with Petermon.
With Petermon and Tinkermon? Yeah, it really does.
Imagine him just showing up with the two of them.
That's what it was. It was Endigomon. So they might have taken that into consideration, what you were saying about the cultural aspect of it.
Maybe, yeah.
But at some point, some other media went, no, Wendigo, and ran with it. I think there might have actually been one of the English movie trading cards with the name along the side of it saying an Endigomon. A vague memory of that. I could be very wrong though. Like whatever our version of this would have been for when the movie came out. See, those are all starter decks. They're not promos. Bandai Game Art. See, that's the one thing I would.
Ooh, don't die.
Excuse me. I would like if I clicked one of these, it would actually show the card from the card. Oh, it does. Oh, that never used to happen. It used to just take you to Card Game Alpha. Okay, so it doesn't have the English version, does it? That's just the same art but flipped.
Yeah.
That's just someone just and they added a few more strips to the bandage, but that is the same thing. I think it might have been this one that the movie promo was based on. But I do vaguely remember it saying Endigomon, so thank you for that memory. That or make Wendymon a food Digimon? Oh, that's there's legally distinct, and then you're tipping over the line.
10 Wendy's over the next few years across the country.
I'll be able to, sir. This is a Wendy's in real life.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, it's like he has 3 artworks. Like, and that was kind of it.
No.
Are they eating? That's a Skull Greymon candy or Easter egg, I guess.
I guess it's kind of like a Kinder egg. They're getting little figures in them.
Oh,
that's so cute. Save that and send it to me. Oh, it's a Valentine's Day. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Valentine 2024. So for the one for this year. Valentine's Day.
Why have I not seen this?
Why? What? Hold on. Chat. Someone. What does Skull Greymon have to do with Valentine's Day? Well, look, let's get this novel.
The person didn't like you?
I guess. Alright.
Why did they give you chocolate?
Go away, chocolate.
No, because that would have to be on White Day.
That's just reverse Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's where you give back to the people who gave you chocolates.
Yeah.
So if someone gave you chocolates that you didn't like, then you give them the Skullgreymon, I guess.
Dark chocolate shot. Alright, well look, let's get into it. So this is Digimon Liberator Debug 5-1. We will only be doing Debug 5 today, and then on Sunday we'll cover Debug 6. So.
Yeah, you should zoom in a bit because
that's what I'm going to do.
It's very small.
I know. I usually do.
On screen.
I usually do. There we go. So.
My phone locked itself for once.
Why is everyone telling me how to run the show today?
I'm not telling you that. I made a suggestion and then I had to correct myself because I couldn't speak.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Are you sure now?
Yeah, sorry. I thought YouTube was recommending me Andrew Tate, but it was Pitbull.
Oh, it's... Anyway. Yuki says it's dinosaur chocolate that they have in Japan.
Ah, I see.
There you go. The scene is a daytime cityscape with crossings and traffic lights amid masses of buildings. Overlooking the main street are two creatures. A penguin on the sign for a 24-hour general store on the corner, and a black kaiju on the roof of a much larger building in the center. The endless streams of traffic and crowds you would expect in a place like this are totally absent. That's because this isn't reality. It's a digital space. Dun dun. More specifically, it's one of Digimon Liberator's test servers, where someone has reproduced Shinjuku Main Street in painstaking detail.
That's exactly what I pictured when they said with crossings and traffic lights. I was like, what's the name of that street again?
There are 3 visitors. 2 are big and 1 is little. One of the former is a man with flamboyant sunglasses, his trademark grey hair and white coat fluttering in the urban wind. He is Digimon Liberator's operations manager and development chief. Known only as Cool Boy, it was he who discovered Lacuna and undertook its initial setup. The smallest of the group is a Digimon somewhat resembling a mammal, with rodent-like teeth and rotund little ears, but an oddly shaped cyan body. This is Espimon.
Rotund and little. Don't go together in my head.
He's small and fat. that's all it is.
He has fat little ears.
Yep.
This description doesn't work in my
They're
head.
not tall ears, they're small ears, but they wide. But even more unusual is the third member of the trio, who appears humanoid, yet somehow alien. He has a sapphire torso and cyan components that emit a dim, cosmic-seeming glow, and green lights that serve as eyes. Every person who meets him agrees that he has the aura of a tokusatsu hero. Called Altea, he is an AI created by Yao Qinglan, the ace Digimon Liberator programmer and GM. Although both he and the Shinjuku street are virtual in nature, the sight of him standing there feels undeniably real.
I thought it was going to be female, from the look of it. Don't know why.
For Altea, visiting here, a place so much like the outside world, is something of a wish come true. It's been 1 year since he was created, and 8 months since he divulged said wish. It was during the beta test, just after he had completed his basic studies in the garden about the Digimon card game, when Yao asked him whether he had any goals. At this point, the scenery of Lacuna and the garden were all that Altea knew, and so he straightforwardly stated his desire. Certainly, that's simple enough. But... yeah, it's a very... like... It is kind of like... It does... like, if the chest were a bit bigger, yeah, you could say that's a female figure.
Yeah, the waist is very male.
Yeah. But I see where you were coming from.
Yeah, something about the face. I know it doesn't have a face, but something about the face.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I'm guessing that those cameras are its actual eyes.
Yeah.
Chat, eyes up front. Meg, eyes up front. The reaction from his mother, Yao, was memorable.
Mommy Yao?
Yao's
mommy?
Yao is technically a MILF.
Mm-hmm.
Startled, she clasped her fist to her tiny torso and smiled slightly awkwardly. Similarly, his partner Espimon was gobsmacked. Altea did not expect that he had any hope of visiting the outside world. He was a being composed of data after all, bound to the digital world. He realized his request was unreasonable, and yet, it's truly incredible. Agreed. I'd seen Yao sneaking off from work now and then, but I'd never have guessed she was working on something like this. Judging from Cool Boy's body language as he nodded, he was genuinely caught off guard. Who else could have single-handedly made such a precise replica of Shinjuku? Altea knew nothing of the real thing, but the scale of the achievement alone reaffirmed his creator's remarkable talent. As he once again took in the unpopulated Tokyo district, he welled up with a mix of pride and loneliness, feeling Yao's absence keenly. If it hadn't been for an urgent task for the debugging team, she would have come as well. I'm honored to be here. Some parts resemble Lacuna, but it's amazingly chaotic. What with how these buildings are all sprawled out. I have to say, I really love it. As a Digimon known to covet knowledge, Espimon's enthusiasm was understandable. It was acting like a kid in a candy store, breathlessly rushing around and exclaiming in awe.
The other one didn't seem to covet knowledge at all. The one in Ghost Game.
No.
It knew what it knew and it wouldn't accept any new information.
Yeah. Right, although it's the other way around. Lacuna is based on the real world. Seeing Espimon nodding along to Cool Boy's words, Altea also wanted to express how strongly he felt. What did this strong feeling of surprise remind him of? After thinking it over for a few moments, he recalled one thing in particular and shared it with his audience. I've not felt such shock since I heard about the tangerine that wasn't peeling well after it was beaten to a pulp. Oh? You must be citrusly impressed then. Cool Boy bemusedly tilted his head, glancing sideways at Espimon. Huh, seems like a pretty low-hanging pun. No way, Mr. Cool Boy. That joke's practically the pick of the bunch. Is that so? Fascinating. By now, Altea had realized that whenever Cool Boy said fascinating with a serious look on his face, it generally meant he didn't really understand. Altea reflexively fell silent. AIs like him still sometimes struggle to get their meaning across to people. It appears that was true even with someone of Cool Boy's intelligence. Espimon, on the other hand, was joyfully bouncing to and fro, having evidently appreciated Altea's humorous remark. Ah, good stuff. But Bastard, tell us more. How would you sum up your feelings about all this? Alright, let's see. Altea didn't mind that his partner's pleas were somewhat put on. At an apt moment like this, it was only reasonable for Espimon to expect a joke of the highest caliber he could offer. Keen to meet expectations, Altea worked his cognitive circuits at full output. Well, if you're really wondering, wandering around today has been great. Wonderful, in fact. Master, your language cortex is as sharp as ever.
That was terrible.
Bullseye. Altea clenched his fists with satisfaction, having got the reaction he'd hoped for. He could feel elevated activity in his emotional circuits. Cool Boy tilted his head once again, but Altea decided not to let that bother him. Right then, we've had our moment of levity. Do you mind if we get down to business? We're going to defeat the Huns? Let's. Of course. The Cyan Digimon and the silver-haired administrator both nodded. The latter snapped his fingers, bringing up a holographic window. It displayed a single image of Machinamon. This was the enigmatic, half-beast, half-machine, level 3 Digimon Atmon that had been... Okay, I'll be good. Level 3 Digimon that had been repeatedly spawning in Lacuna of late. The debugging team is responsible for conserving them. Even at this very moment, they were frantically traveling across Lacuna to track them down. Machinamon is still shrouded in mystery. Altea knew two main things about them. Firstly, they are fully adapted to Lacuna's environment. This was discovered through thorough analysis of the first one that was captured. Secondly, they do not appear in any of the Digimon databases installed in him. This made him suspect that it was a new type of Digimon native to this world, just like Teromon, Shumon, Elizamon, and other debuggers' partners. Still, he wasn't confident, as the evidence was only circumstantial. They're being coy about this. What's your take on Machinamon, Altea? My take is that what Cool Boy most likely wants to know is whether this Digimon is ill-intentioned. Although his moral values may be different, he seems to want a second opinion on whether it may pose a threat. In all honesty, they don't appear that dangerous. Not enough to justify lengthy discussions within a closed network such as this. I agree. Despite their adaptations to Lacuna, they're physically very weak, and unlike most Digimon, they lack a primal desire to seek competition. There's no way they could last long in a survival of the fittest situation. So, assuming that Machinamon doesn't have any secret powers able to drastically alter Lacuna, and that they won't harm players, what should be done with them after they're taken in? Just what kind of life would be right for these Digimon? The trio must come to a decision. Cool Boy is right to say that Machinamon are weak, possibly due to how their mechanical and biological halves are imperfectly fused. They cannot survive if left alone, so a laissez-faire approach is unacceptable. Even more so given the debugging team's dedicated effort to track them down. The risk of them perishing needs to be minimized somehow, and it's a sensitive matter. It wouldn't do for there to be eavesdroppers, which is why they've come to this deserted space. If you wouldn't mind me giving my opinion, Mr. Cool Boy, I think Unchained could likely find a solution. It's true, Unchained might be just the person for the task. Little do they know, huh? This person, Unchained, a special consultant to the debugging team, is in fact a digital life form composed purely of data, just like Altea. Oh.
Yeah. How we called that? We were like, they must be a Digimon of some form.
Yeah, they have to be like Rhythm or Genai or something like that. However, unlike Altea, an AI created by Yao, Unchained is a native of Lacuna, having come into existence independently of any human's design. Unchained's birth was, by their own account, a spontaneous event resulting from the influence of Digimon upon structural data in the Digimon Liberator application. Altea's impression of Unchained was by no means negative, but they had spoken several times, and he frequently saw them in jovial conversation with Cool Boy. Since their relations were reasonably friendly, the idea of relying on Unchained gave Cool Boy and Altea pause for thought. I think personal reservations must be put aside, Cool Boy. We lack alternatives, and besides, Unchained is inextricably involved already. I know. Honestly, you do have to hand it to our special consultant. You sure do. It was undeniable. Without Unchained, the debugging team would be at a loss regarding how to handle Machinamon. Their special consultant possessed an isolated virtual space and had lent it to house the hybrid Digimon.
Ah, that's why they have so many of them then. Or is it?
Or is it? Yeah. Like from what we've seen in the comics so far, she's setting them up. Collect these for me, because when I have 100 of these things, you're all gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, it's looking like it might be a situation like that, but without having read anything of Chapter 8 to see if there's further context, hard to say for sure. Perhaps the similarities between the two of them, both having been born from Liberator data, was what motivated Unchained to assist. The help came without any persuasion. This was something that Altea, often occupied with attending to the garden, was most grateful for.
And not suspicious of at all?
In any case, we still need to decide how the Machinamon should be handled. Indeed, that's the main objective of this discussion, isn't it? The analysis of Machinamon had been completed, and its weaknesses had been reported on. The issue now, assuming the rest of them are successfully rounded up, is finding a way to circumvent their weakness and ensure their survival. Naturally, the three had already given it consideration. Espimon was the first to voice its thoughts. Master, in my humble opinion, we ought to go ahead with what we previously discussed with Cool Boy, simply giving them an isolated environment. Yes, maybe. And I suppose that ties in with this choice of location. This Shinjuku area Miss Qinglan kindly invited us to is indeed isolated. What are your thoughts, Cool Boy? Could be viable, but I don't know about optimal. But first we'll need to go back and research Machinamon's makeup and behavior. And then we may need to prepare a specialized space. I was thinking virtually the same thing. Your subtle references always hit the spot, Master. Is this Espimon a bootlicker or just easily entertained?
Did he say Master, or did Altea call Cool Boy Master?
Nah, Espimon's been calling Altea Master.
Okay. The next sentence then made me think it was.
And that's the quip. Altea couldn't help but make a little quip, but on seeing Cool Boy recoil in bemusement, he regretted detracting from the conversation's seriousness. The joy of visiting Shinjuku had made him unexpectedly giddy. I'm sorry, Mr. Cool Boy. Staying on topic, I ought to mention that I'll be continuing to thoroughly analyze the Machinamon study sample data. As the administrator of the garden, Altea has access to several private areas. Among these is a research facility sector where the Digimon database is accessible. Here, Altea began his analysis by running Machinamon sample data against the database in order to find similar Digimon. The most vital point to consider is how it manages to have biological and mechanical components simultaneously. I believe you mentioned there is a member of the debugging team with relevant expertise. That's right. In fact, he'll be arriving here any minute. Cool Boy took out his watch and checked the time. So far, the meeting in the virtual Shinjuku had consisted of just himself, Altea, and Espimon. But a fourth person was due to arrive. An expert they were counting on. He's a debugger, but more to the point, he's a GM, although less senior than me. Just like Cool Boy and Yao, this person is apparently a member of Idea, a developer. He was known for successfully stopping a rampaging Digimon during the beta test, resulting in his appointment as a game master. Apparently, that very Digimon now works alongside him as a partner. Altea had spoken with his teammates beforehand to learn more about him, and his interesting personality was frequently brought up. In short, he's said to be something of a geek. Good. He's here. As if on cue, a portal opened behind Altea. A man in a white lab coat stepped out of the bright light and into the virtual Shinjuku.
Hi, Kurata.
It's showtime!
Hi, Ryosenji.
He was of medium build in every dimension, with a very hunched back. His black hair was unkempt and shaggy, so chaotic that it almost looked like a perm with bangs covering his eyes.
Oh dear.
Are we sure this isn't Karada? An ID pass was hung around his neck, printed with the name Chitose Horaiji. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Karada was also
like a fake name.
Yeah, it sounds like a fake name. Like, Karada was also of medium build and a hunched back and dark hair that was shaggy. Oh, I don't like this at all. Chitose Horaiji. Hey, thanks for coming. Facing Cool Boy, Horaiji lifted his hand awkwardly and nodded in greeting. Hey, good to see you, Altea. I think this is the first time we've spoken. I'm Horaiji of the Digimon Liberator Development Department. Sorry, Whoa! It really does look like Shinjuku. Mr. Cool Boy, this is seriously impressive. Perfect in every detail. He didn't finish his greeting, overcome with amazement as he surveyed the reproduction of Shinjuku he found himself in. Sure enough, it seemed that even those who knew the real thing found it very impressive. With a slightly reproachful air, Cool Boy interrupted Horaiji by awkwardly clearing his throat. I understand your excitement, Horaiji, but I didn't call you here today for sightseeing. Oh, sorry, I couldn't help myself. So, you need to know about composite types, was that it? That's right. Altea is currently researching Machinamon, and your knowledge might be able to help him. Well, if you're the one asking, you can be sure I'll give it my all. In truth, he came across to Altea as rather haphazard. But Yao had always told him not to be misled by a person's demeanor. He promptly straightened his own posture. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Horaiji. The pleasure is all mine, Altea. Ask me anything you like. I hope I can help. With introductions out of the way, Cool Boy looked again at his pocket watch. Sorry, I'm just thinking of, what's his name from Great Ace Attorney?
Oh.
The Attorney General.
Oh.
Well, not quite. That's what he was aiming for.
Strongheart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Strongheart. Yeah.
Well, I was calling him Strongheart or Longhard.
Yeah, Strongheart, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just every time checking the pocket watch. I'm afraid I have something else I need to... sorry, nope. With introductions out of the way, Cool Boy looked again at his pocket watch. He had mentioned an imminent meeting about a new tale production. I'm afraid I have something else I need to attend to. I hope I can leave this matter in Horaiji's capable hands. That you can. Could be Chitose from Hacker's Memory.
Wasn't he blonde?
Could darken out as he gets older.
True.
But I don't think Horaiji was his surname.
Did he have a surname? Somebody look it up.
Okay. Horaiji's shaggy hair swayed as he bowed to the departing Cool Boy. It was apparent that he held Cool Boy in high esteem. Even though Altea couldn't see his face as he bowed, he could sense there was a sparkle in his eyes. Altea? Yes? It's no exaggeration. Oh wow, okay. It's no exaggeration to say he's a specialist in composite Digimon. As you know, when the first level 5 wild Digimon appeared in Lacuna, this was the man who cleaned up that mess. I've heard the story. If I'm not mistaken, that rampaging Digimon was... Altea once again fired up his cognitive circuits and fell silent for a brief moment. But just before he was about to say the name he had remembered, Haraiji beat him to the punch. It was Chimeramon, Altea. A Digimon emerged from the D-storage Haraiji was holding. A level 3 with a rabbit-like appearance and a sharp gauge. Although these days it works alongside me in the form of Gazimon. Haraiji's partner stood there, looking at them. To be continued. Ooh, a scientist that looks like Kurata who managed to stop a Digimon that is made up of several other Digimon. And Gazimon is as shady as they come in terms of Digimon. Are we sure this guy isn't just Kurata? Are we sure?
I'm not so sure it's not.
Like, did he get kicked out of the Precure universe and get thrown into this one?
He keeps getting isekai everywhere he goes.
I'm totally okay with that being my headcanon for Kurata, though. That he just keeps getting isekai'd, and every time he's defeated, just ends up in another like Digimon universe or some sort of other Toei production. I'm totally okay with headcanoning that. That's the guy from that Yakuza movie, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so how do we feel about this one so far?
I'm worried about Kurata.
I mean, valid.
I don't know.
I'm surprised there's been no combat yet. I feel like, I guess we'll get into that in 5-2, but I feel like the way the pattern has been going, the battle starts in like -1, abruptly ends in -2, and then we get more plot. So, like, is it going to be Chitose versus Altea in this one?
I guess. Maybe they're gonna teach them how the composite Digimon work by battling with them?
Maybe.
I was expecting more Yao. I know we got a whole butt, but I was expecting her to be in it more. But she's not in it at all. She's off doing something else.
It's funny, we were talking about like the Chinese rabbit Digimon earlier. No, that's Tactimon. You know, we were talking about this Chinese rabbit Digimon, and
never getting more rabbit Digimon.
Well, that, but you know, I wasn't expecting a whole Yao Moon. So yeah, chapter 6 certainly looks interesting. The other 4 are off on an adventure together. And we're going to see more of Unchained and the Machinamon. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we totally called it on them being not human.
Yeah, it was the Bagramon symbol above their head, though. I'm still not,
like, that can be explained away as their, you know.
Oh, it's their Liberator, their crest or whatever. It's their emblem. Is that what they're called in this? Emblems?
Emblems, I think, yeah.
Which are basically,
you could explain
they're
it away
basically
as it being
crests.
their virtual avatar of their human or whatever. But no, they're just...
Alright. Well, look, hold on. Before we dive into 5-2, let's catch up with chat.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. They have a different last name. Oh, okay. So yeah, I couldn't remember Hacker's Memory Chitose's last name, but I think there's only one fight in this batch. So chapter 6 doesn't have a battle. That's interesting.
They can't all.
No. Like the card fights have been the weakest part of the novels anyway.
Yeah.
Because
they don't finish them.
Well, yeah, they don't finish them really. Or you come into the battle halfway and you only get like the last 3 turns. But, and I know this from doing like Yu-Gi-Oh! Text-based RPGs. Writing out a card fight is boring as hell. And trying to coordinate, like, in an RPG perspective, you're trying to coordinate it with other people.
Yeah.
Where you would build a deck and you would have them build their character's deck, and then you would try and coordinate, well, if I do this, you do that, blah, blah, blah. That stuff is boring as hell to type out. And, you know, so I can... So there's just the card fights have not been the novel's strong point. Card fight just isn't that interesting in general. Comic does it better thanks to the visual, but it still isn't that interesting.
Yeah, like if Yu-Gi-Oh didn't have the holographic thing to show you the monsters, it'd be a boring as hell show. You know? Yeah.
It's why I can't get into anime that are like based on chess and shogi. Because you're right, like a lot of sports anime and manga and such really relies on, oh no, the soccer ball actually needs to be a fireball, or you know, all the players on the court need to have powers like they were on Mario Super Strikers or something.
At least if it's sport, there's some kind of action, but staring at a board or a table with cards on it is just, you know.
Yeah. And yet, we watch people play these things. Like, you look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel on Twitch. How many people right now are just watching people play cards? You know, so there is some sort of fun to it. But... I don't know.
Yeah, in novel form, definitely not, because you can't even see it.
And there is that, yeah. You don't have the visual feedback in novel form. And sure, your imagination will do a lot of the work, but it's not the same as actually watching the players sweat and kind of panic and furrow as they wonder, like, you know, what play to make next. It's just not the same. We're here for the people, not the cards. And valid, yeah.
I just saw Desmond's comment that just kind of disappeared there. It said Tia Gardner. Makes sense because Altea works in the garden. Also, I wonder, did Altea's name, because there was a...
I hate how much sense that makes.
Yeah.
Poor Hikaru no Go fans. Look, Shogi's just not fun to watch, okay?
There was a bit you were reading and it said AIs, but I thought it said ALs.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, it's Altea. Maybe that was AIT. I don't know at the start.
Altea?
Yeah. maybe T stood for something. And then it just became that name.
No, Altea is what fan artists do. Take that how you will. Take that how you will.
Well, I meant more like AI hyphen T.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know what you were doing.
Yeah.
But for chat's benefit. Oh, excuse me.
Oh. Don't die.
I will not die to hiccups. Hiccups don't exist.
No, they don't.
No.
That still hasn't worked for me, though. Convincing myself that hiccups don't exist.
I think that's one of those, old wives' tales.
It's a new wives' tale, though.
I wouldn't say
It's working for some people, but I'm not good at convincing myself of things.
I have no comment for that. We need Ali for the name research.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's
need more Yowie? Wowie? Oh. Yeah. You had to look at the spelling there, didn't you?
Okay. So anyway, back to the novel.
Yeah.
It's just very chatty. You know, everyone's a chatty Cathy. I do like the dynamic though between like Altea being an AI, but like trying to have this kind of like comedian personality to it. Like, did Yao program it that way, or did it decide, well, if I just make jokes, me being a robot won't be off-putting to people?
Yeah. Did it kind of like observe the others and kind of go, yeah, that's what I'd like to do, because
if I make jokes, maybe I'll break the tension or something. Yeah.
And then it felt bad about breaking the tension later.
Yeah.
he felt bad.
And then Espimon is just like, I feel like this Espimon is just easily amused.
Yeah, because those puns were bad.
Oh, they were.
They were terrible.
They're not even dad joke good.
No.
Also, what is that joke about the tangerine meant to be?
You'd have to read it back to me. It wasn't.
Like, is that a joke that just gets lost in translation? Because it's not a turn of phrase I'm even familiar with.
I can't remember the joke. Was I get things like it wasn't appealing, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not where it was going, because it was beaten to a pulp.
Yeah.
That obviously that also makes sense, but that sentence didn't come off as a joke at all.
Oh. Oh well. Nice that we have confirmation that Unchained is an AI. Makes me wonder if Close is as well.
Yeah, I'm still convinced they're connected somehow.
Which poor Shoto. Because Shoto's got a little crush on Close.
Yeah.
So if she's an AI, uh-oh. Shoto becomes, what's his name? I'm forgetting everybody's name. Seekers.
Eiji?
No. Saya's fella.
Oh, Kosuke.
Yeah. So Shoto just becomes Kosuke and lives in Liberator to stay with his digital girlfriend. Can a boy in a program find love, right? Yeah. Meanwhile, Arisa and Violet are just like, hello, we're right here. Nah, I like that one. I want that one.
Oh god.
Now if you get that reference, you're old.
I think I'd be hearing a reference like that on here. But I hate that show.
I know. It's a good joke though. If you get it, like it's a good one if you get the reference, but otherwise it's like, wait, what? I mean, Eve needs her human boyfriend too.
Paradox.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, wow, yeah, we're seeing a lot of this.
Yeah.
Also, Eve.
Someone writing for Digimon has a fetish.
Yeah, but Eve is an AI, but also seems to be in an artificial body as well. See, that's the difference. Eve is tangible.
Yeah.
Close may not be.
I mean, she's tangible when you're in Liberator.
Yeah.
So just stay in Liberator.
That's what I mean. So Shoto's just gonna live in Liberator like Kosuke.
Yeah.
And just stay with his AI girlfriend.
At least she's human shaped.
At least she's human shaped.
I'm glad Seekers didn't get as popular because there would be some really awkward art out there.
Oh, I know.
Poor
I know.
Agumon.
Poor Black Agumon. Yeah, I'm really kind of glad Seekers didn't blow up.
Just for that fact. Nothing else.
Nothing else. No. Just for that. Yeah. Oh.
They aren't legal yet. The two of them.
Oh, well, I mean, it's anime. That does it. That's, protagonists will get together because protagonists will get together. That's just anime. Human gets with human and human shaped being. I'm sure it exists somewhere. I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. Look at us just spoiling Digimon Seekers like anybody cares. Alright, look. Let's get into 5-2 then, because we still have columns to catch up on.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
I know. If they are just an email though, we will skip.
Yeah.
I promise.
I told you I'd just leave if they were emails.
Yeah. But I know, but you said that, and then the last one we read was like was an email to someone.
Yeah.
It wasn't a system update. It was an email directly to somebody else. So I guess it really depends on whether it has lore implications or not. Anyway. 5-2. The virtual Shinjuku quaked as the chimeric beast let out a battle cry. There was visible rattling of pylons and glass panes as the screeching sound reverberated. The city, which was lit by a spotless sky just before, was now awash with the shadows of night. Countering them were swaths of glistening neon lights, illuminating Altea and others, making the winged beast above them as visible as if the sun were shining. That's Chimeramon, then. Now, Booster 18 Chimeramon. Digivolve from a level 4 with Composite trait at a cost of 3. When digivolving, when attacking, by deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest data points. On deletion, one of your Mugen Draymon and one Chimeramon in the trash may jogress into a Millenniumon in the hand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's fun. I mean, it makes sense. That is how you get Millenniumon. You jogress a Mugen Dray with a Chimera. But security attack +1 as its inherited effect. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay. Gazing up at the colossal Digimon in the night sky, Altea inadvertently let out a small gasp of admiration. Why? He conceded that the mesh of monsters merged into a single form made a fearsome sight. But it wasn't a novel one. Chimeramon was far from a new type of Digimon. And Altea was an experienced battler who'd seen comparably intimidating Digimon in Lacuna, like Yuki's Heavy Metal Dramon and Ryotaro's Dinomon. Perhaps it was the surroundings that made him feel so unexpectedly. Oh, I don't know why I was having trouble getting that out. Overwhelmed. Although
it was unexpected.
I was overwhelmed. Although just another kaiju, this one was right in the middle of a metropolis. It was still a fair distance away, in the breeding area. If Altea had been a normal human being, fear might have broken his concentration when it later emerged into the battle area. This aura. I suppose it's heightened by us being in a city and it being night. Exactly! Atmospheric, isn't it? Altea had only murmured, but Horaiji responded and gave him a beaming look, mostly obstructed by his mop-like hair.
I can't help but picture Kurata now.
Uh-huh. No, seriously, you tell me if Kurata... You tell me Kurata wouldn't use a Millennium Mon deck. I mean, I think in the card game...
I feel like he'd make a Chimera Mon.
Yeah. Like, I think currently in the card game, he's obviously tied to the Belphemon cards. But that still doesn't mean he wouldn't have a... yeah, because Chimeramon would be like a scientific experiment for him. Like, in the Savers universe, he'd be the one who put it together.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ken did in 0-2, I guess.
Ken looks like he could grow up to be Kurata.
Yeah. It's impressive that you understand the atmosphere. Although, given all the effort Yao put into you, I shouldn't be surprised. I see now. You went out of your way to adjust the time settings to enhance this battle's cinematic flair? Yep. Not a bad call, right? Cool Boy also said it would be fascinating. Apparently Horaiji had not... Or... Horaiji? That has to be a typo. Had not caught on to Cool Boy's habit of claiming to be fascinated when actually at a loss.
So when I'm confused from now on, I just have to go fascinating and people think I'm smart.
You gotta wear the douchebag sunglasses, though.
Ah. So I just have to borrow yours?
Oh. The truth might be a little painful for him, so Altea held his tongue. Such emotional sensitivity was proof of him being a truly cutting-edge AI. We're getting a little overshadowed here, Master, addressed by the level 4 form of his partner in the breeding area. Altea nodded. Hover Espimon from Booster 20. Digivolve a level 3 with Cyborg or Machine trait for a cost of 2. When digivolving, flip your opponent's top face-down security card face up. Ooh!
Okay.
That's interesting.
I have a vague memory of him being stuck on his side in Ghost Game.
At the end of your attack, once per turn, draw 1. Inherited effect. This Digimon gets 1000 data points. He's also got the Liberator trait. That we are, Espimon. We need to bring out a gigantic Digimon of our own. And in the meantime, let's head into a nearby tower. What for? What better place for having a scrap with someone than in the sky?
Scrape.
Yeah. Nice, Master. You're in top form today. This is seriously throwing me off. Seeing Hover Espimon bob delightedly around the breeding area, while Altea phlegmatically proceeded with play.
What wording is that?
Seeing Hover Espimon bob delightedly around the breeding area, while Altea phlegmatically proceeded with play, Horaiji couldn't help but agitatedly ruffle his hair.
Oh, that is an awful
what
sentence.
AI wrote this?
Yeah.
What chat GPT translation did you get out of this and that it took a week to fix?
Who has ever used the word phlegmatically?
They're smart people, so it sounds smarter. Digimon Liberator side story, Debug 5-2, Shinjuku Giant. Chimeramon is arguably among the pinnacle of composite Digimon. Having strayed from his role of lecturer, Horaiji got back on track, smoothing his annoyed Hororgy in the breeding area. No, Maggie didn't have to slaughter AJ like that. Yeah. Imagine.
I'm not wrong.
Imagine having to live with that.
I'm not wrong.
I'm depressed. I'm eating. You can read.
No, I don't do reading.
No, you do read. Come on.
No, I'm not smart enough to read.
You.
This is fascinating.
Read for the chat.
Am I wrong about your sunglasses? Am I wrong about your sunglasses?
Just read the damn novel while I eat, will you?
But you do the voices. I can't do the voices.
I have not done voices today. Just read.
Where are we? Literally at the top?
Having strayed.
Having strayed from his role of lecturer, Horaiji got back on track, smoothing his annoyed expression into one more serious. Deltamon just earlier wasn't exactly the best example of a composite type, since it came into existence through a bug and has a split personality. Chimeramon, on the other hand, has a single mind, totally focused on combat, so it's perfect in that sense. Anyhow, keep indulging in punnery if you like, but you'll need more than words if you want to avoid Shinjuku getting leveled. Mr. Horaiji, I'm slightly concerned by how well you're playing the villain. Is your name Kurata? Sorry, it's kind of fun. He's Kurata. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Espimon bob around the breeding area.
Don't breed with an Espimon, please.
Seeming a little embarrassed, he confessed that he would always side with the kaiju when watching monster movies. Altea turned to reevaluate the field of battle. The situation. Altea has Hover Espimon in his breeding area, and 2 security cards, while his opponent has Chimeramon and 4. Only Altea has a card in the battle area, namely his Tamer card. Although both of them will be watching carefully to see what the other does, Horaiji has been notably aggressive, and Altea can't afford to make a mistake due to his reduced security. Do a scroll.
Hang on.
I'd never have guessed you were this type of player from what I've heard of you from other debuggers. Your moves have been optimal in light of our respective decks, with no shortage of accompanying taunts. Evidently, my memory requires updating. Declaring the start of his turn, Altea faintly muttered to himself, I'd better focus less on compliments and more on strategy. Horaiji is right, Hover Espimon. We're in for a beating unless we go on the offensive ourselves. Understood. My brain really wanted to read that the Irish way. Mm-hmm. We're in for a baiting. Really? Buoyant, Hover Espimon made for the battle area.
Okay, this was written by ChatGPT.
It was. And in tandem, Altea's Tamer card effect activated. It's a nice card.
Yeah. So also in Booster 20. Altea, Tamer. Start of your turn. If you have 2 or less memory, set it to 3. Start of your main phase. By placing one play cost 4 or lower black Digimon card with the cyborg or machine trait from your hand or trash as any of your cyborg or machine trait Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, flip your opponent's top face down security card face up.
I feel like we just read a math question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If Joey was traveling at 60 miles an hour and Jenny was traveling at 40 miles an hour, you know, and both took the train at 9:15 a.m., when would they reach X? Yeah.
Like, it's literally just saying put one card under the other, right?
Yeah.
No, that's all it's saying.
And then flip up one of your opponent's security cards.
Right.
There seems to be a new thing coming into the game, because usually your security cards are face down, so you activate their abilities like when they're destroyed if they have effects to activate. But but we do seem to be getting cards that specifically say no, turn this face up. So it's not something I'm familiar with yet. So no, carry on. You were doing great.
Oh, okay. You're literally making Meg read today.
That'll learn you.
For what? Saying the correct thing about your sunglasses? Blimpmon?
Wait, Yuki.
What?
Yuki, why?
You're not wrong. Blimpmon goes underneath Hover Espimon, thus activating my special effect. Befitting an AI, it's an artful intelligence maneuver. Maneuver spelt wrong? Should there not be an O in maneuver?
Sorry, I'm lamenting my life choices. No, I think that's it's one of those American European things.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's the American.
Okay.
But you are, like Mano waiver is that's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Befitting an AI, it's an artful intelligence maneuver that reveals your top security card. Spy scan, execute. Just then, Altea's built-in headcam flashed brightly, and the security card in his sights was flipped up. Its name? Chimeramon. I'll have to plan accordingly. That's one nasty effect. Can it be that my spy scan was too spicy for your taste buds, bud? I'd appreciate if you kept that shuttered. If you'd keep that shuttered. What?
The camera. Keep the camera shuttered.
Ah. Apologies, I might not be able to oblige you there. Now, given my new intel, I'll be digivolving further. Come, Oblivimon. Heeding the order, Hover Espimon smoothly took off. Although the Digimon's cyan frame could withstand altitudes of up to 20,000 meters, it needed optimization to attain further aerial capabilities. The result of its transformation was a radiantly blue disk, an archetypal UFO, its engine noise imperceptible and its flight path unpredictable.
So, introducing Oblivimon.
Right.
You know how Frigimon got that new form, which was just like Yuki Bodamon controlling a mecha? Kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It just looks like Yuki Bodamon controlling a UFO.
A blue guardian from Zelda.
Yeah.
The arms, ? Look like their legs.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the little satellite UFOs all having like Keramon eyes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Or Kuramon, even. So, we'll, oh, come on. No, we don't need these open anymore. Oh, it looks like a Yukimi Bodamon, but it also kind of looks like a brain.
Yeah.
Like a Mars Attacks alien or something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. There's another. Is that a Vademon down there, or is it another brain?
It looks like a brain, definitely, but it looks like it has a yellow eye.
So, Digivolve. Level 4. Digivolve a level 4 with Cyborg or Machine trait. Cost 3. Security. End of opponent's turn. Play this card without paying the cost. When Digivolving, flip your opponent's top face-down security card face up. Your turn. When your Digimon check face-up security cards, you may place this Digimon's top stacked card face up as the bottom security card. So you can rearrange their security.
Okay.
So if you know what their security is ahead of time, you can change it so you don't run into like nasty effects as you destroy their security.
Right.
That's kind of cool. I like that. They took Espimon's brain. What brain? Have you met Espimon?
Still me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in. With its when Digivolving effect, Oblivimon reveals one of the opponent's security cards and then immediately attacks it. The card housed a formidable security Digimon and Oblivimon was in its sights, but just then... Before that, I'll be applying Jamming, the inherited effect from Kapurimon, which comes into play when a face-up security card is checked. We lined this up in advance.
So this is Kapurimon from Booster 20. Inherited effect. On your turn, when this Digimon checks face-up security cards, it gains Jamming for the turn.
Further, there's Oblivimon's own effect that activates when a face-up security card is checked. I'll take one of Oblivimon's top cards, Oblivimon itself this time, and place it face-up under my security. I'm back as Hover Espimon. However, Immediately after its Digivolution had downed a security card, Hover Espimon re-emerged in the wake of beams of scattered light. Then even more light, vast and weighty, descended upon the android Digimon. It dispersed, and left standing was an imperious building-sized machine... I was going to say machine Draymon. Building-sized machine Digimon, which Hover Espimon swiftly docked with. Digivolving into Bulbmon is the last move of my turn. A risk-free security check, then straight into a blocker to end your turn on. Not bad, I'm impressed. Horaiji scratched his head, unnerved by Altea's stoic tone. But let's not forget, I'm the one doing the teaching today. Chimeramon, let's Digivolve.
Ooh. So, Bulbmon is a mistranslation of something called Valvemon.
Right.
Because of the B and V thing being similar to the L and R.
Yeah.
So, if I head back to Wikimon here. So it's not a Bulbasaur.
Aww.
Yeah, it's this.
Oh. That looks like it should have a Pokemon sticking out of the top of it.
A little bit, yeah.
So he fights with a pyramid and a clamp.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So yeah, mistranslation. As a Valve Barub Bulb. Nobody looked at the context and went, someone looked at the context and then looked at this and went, light bulb.
Yeah.
Or flower bulb. Sure, why not?
Yeah, that works.
So where were you? There you go.
Breaking off its unhurried orbit above them, the colossal composite Digimon touched down in the battle area before being enwreathed in the light of Digivolution.
In this chapter, fuck off. Trying to sound smarter than it is.
Someone was using Yami's Thesaurus.
Uh-huh.
The result was a steel figure, all the more dazzling from the glaring neon light's reflections. True elite among machine types, made up of components from numerous cyborg Digimon. Machine Draymon.
Yep.
I get to inflict D-Digivolve 1, reverting Bulbmon to Hover Espimon and leaving your security wide open for my attack. The inherited effect from Chimeramon means you'll check 2 cards, and my security failed. So I'm left with only my face-up Oblivimon for defense. You're acting awfully composed. I wonder if that'll change after this. Digicross with the 3 cards in my hand. Digicross, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Horaiji played a new card, placing 3 different Deltamon from his hand underneath it. With this, yet another composite beast arrived in Shinjuku. I mean, that makes sense for composite things.
Another Chimeramon, this time from Booster 19. So, Digivolve at level 4 with composite trait for a cost of 3. On play, when Digivolving, by deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's level 3, one of their level 4, and one of their level 5 Digimon. Ow! On deletion, by deleting one of your level 4 or lower purple or red Digimon, you may play one Mugen Draymon from your trash without paying the cost. Digicross -1. 3 level 4 composite trait Digimon with cards with different card numbers. So the 3 Deltamon they've all different card numbers, so they, even though it's the same Digimon, they qualify.
Yeah. You had a different Chimeramon up your sleeve, I see. Digimon can be combined in lots of ways. Anyhow, I'm not done. I'll use Chimeramon's effect to delete my Machine Draymon and your Hover Espimon. Machine Draymon showed no discomfort as it was deleted by Chimeramon. Both born through the amalgamation of many other Digimon's components, these two are at peace with the notion of becoming components themselves. Now for Machine Draymon's on-deletion effect. I can use the Machine Draymon in my trash and Chimeramon to DNA Digivolve. These words are stopping making sense.
You see why I'm letting you do it today? We should do this every time. I read one, you read the other.
Mm-mm.
Give each other a break.
Dib's not reading any columns, though.
Well, that's fine.
Millenniummon, the absolute pinnacle of composite Digimon, capable of tearing even dimensions asunder, toppled the city buildings like they were children's toy blocks, until he got to Ghost Game. Then he became a paperweight.
And broke some woman's neck.
Yeah. He was powerful for 10 seconds.
So, Millenniummon, Jogress, Chimeramon, and Mugen Draymon for a cost of 0. On play, when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if Jogressed, by returning one of each Digimon card with different levels from your opponent's trash to the top of the deck, gain 1 memory for each returned card. Fuck, that's... whoa. On deletion, by returning 1 Chimeramon and 1 Mugen Draymon, from your trash to the bottom of the deck, you may play 1 Millenniummon from your trash without paying the cost.
So then you have 2 Millenniummon.
Mm-hmm. So for a Digicross...
Oh, so you get 1 back if he's deleted. Is that what it is? Okay.
For Digicross -2, Chimeramon cross Mugen Draymon. So, which is effectively the same as the Jogress. The conditions are the same.
Okay. Millenniummon has a when digivolving effect. I send the Bulbmon, Hover Espimon, and Espimon in your trash to the top of the deck and gain 3 memory. I see, limiting my draws as well as my memory next turn. That's about the size of it. Although a researcher, I'm a debugger too. It wouldn't do for me to get my butt handed to me by our backyard administrator AI. Ooh.
That's... Ow.
The bird made Altea suddenly pause. How troubling. Did you have me down as a mere administrator? I'm afraid I'll have to show you how wrong you are in this battle. Absolutely. Just before the change of turn, a strong light suddenly shone upon the battle area. Oblivimon emerged from the security thanks to its end of opponent's turn effect. Don't you know how much support my master gives all the debuggers? There's no one else who makes such efforts, reading countless reports and test battle records, studying every day and trying to get to know everyone as best as possible. It's not fair to go labeling him as just an AI or a backyard administrator. Now hold on, Oblivimon.
Good boy, Espimon sticking up for its partner.
Yeah. It was ready for a war of words to defend its master, but Altea called out calmly. But master... But master, I want to tell him off! In battle, one must let their actions speak for themselves. I ask that you lend me your help. You know what to do. Judging from Oblivimon's change in expression and defiant glare at Millenniummon, it appeared that it did indeed know what to do. Right, I'll be ready whenever. Excellent. Then let's commence our offensive operation. Altea's turn began. His tamer card set him to 3 memory, and he hatched Kapurimon in his breeding area. I'll be putting Hover Espimon under Oblivimon via the effect of my tamer card, and then revealing a security card. Next, Kapurimon in the breeding area digivolves into Espimon. And to top it off, Oblivimon. Yes, the digivolution you're about to witness is as rad as it gets. Behold! Syncing with Oblivimon's declaration of digivolution, a cocoon of intense light encased it. It expanded until even the city lights looked dim by comparison. The resulting Digimon was blue, steely, and as tall as a skyscraper. Invisimon, an unbeatable Goliath, the spitting image of the beloved heroic defender of humanity from a film Altea had once studied. Gundam? Was it a Gundam?
I think it looks like Gigantor, the more recent one. Tatsujin 28, I think.
Oh, in that image, the brain looks very much more like a brain. Oh, I'm stuck.
Oh, you're also angry.
Yeah.
That is
the image of it.
Yeah, I think this is what they were going for. I think they were going for something like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you look at this other version of it, it's basically the same.
Definitely.
It's basically the same thing. Gigantor. Gigantor. Mazinger Z or Giant Robo. Oh, yeah, Mazinger Z also works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that also works. It's got the same body frame as Gigantor anyway. So yeah, that also works as a reference. It's got that real like.
It looks like it's wearing a diaper.
I was going to say it's got that real sort of 60s to 80s robot style to it, because even if you look at the original Gigantor, not the 28 one. Never mind.
Not what you were expecting.
Like the original one.
He looks like a teapot.
So it's still got that kind of same body frame, and then there's probably the one that we grew up on. That used to be on the TCC.
Yeah.
So it's still got that same aesthetic to them.
Is that the show? Did he ever come out of the ground?
Yep.
Is that what I've been thinking about all these years that I couldn't remember what it was?
Probably.
That nobody could explain to me what it was?
Yeah, it's this.
Must have been that.
Our friend Jiggy is named for this.
Yeah. But
because he's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I always explain it to people, and for some reason I remember it as like the Iron Giant, but not the movie.
Okay.
But obviously it must be this.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch.
No, you're right. It's kind of like what the Evangelion do, or the Avas, where the ground opens in the city and he comes up.
Yeah.
No, you have the right one.
Yeah. But yeah, scroll down there and you will see that brain looks very much like a brain.
Oh yeah! Wow, that is
definitely not a Yuki Boromon.
No, that is just a brain. Oh wow. Okay.
Ew.
This is such a good image, though.
It is.
It's got cross 4 energy. Like it's like the energy of the image is definitely Shoutmon cross 4 energy. I'm just gonna pull it up here so we get the whole image. If the website decides it wants to load the image in.
Yuki in the brain.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely got like it's definitely got cross 4 energy to it.
Yeah.
But, oh, that artwork.
Oh, the card is very comic booky.
Okay, hold on. I have to...
good luck reading that.
Yeah, I know, right? The
white
text,
on white.
The text,
good job.
Yeah, the text is getting lost in all of the colors. Security. At the end of your opponent's turn, play this card without paying the cost. On play, when digivolving, de-digivolve 2 one of your opponent's Digimon and flip your opponent's top face-down security card face up. Then, delete one of their Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards. 1 or fewer. Okay.
Yeah.
On your turn, when your Digimon check face-up security cards, you may place this Digimon's top stacked card face-up as the bottom security card. So you can send this to the security, and then if it gets hit, it comes back onto the field. And kind of rinse and repeat stuff, so that's fine.
Okay. Let's go! My when digivolving effect will de-digivolve to your Millenniummon. What a sentence. With the activation of its when digivolving effect, Invisimon disappeared. The next moment it had closed the distance with Millenniummon and readied its fists. When the lightning fast flurry subsided, its mega adversary was no more, having de-digivolved into the champion Deltamon. Haraiji was dumbfounded. You're telling me it has that kind of speed with that gigantic steel body and even stealth? Correct, and the most surprising part is to come. Sounding self-assured, Altea commanded his partner with a gesture. I'm attacking with Invisimon. Accordingly, its effect activates when checking security. Horaiji was the target of Invisimon's next barrage, after which it immediately vanished. I'll be placing Invisimon among my security cards. Oblivimon remains, and I'll digivolve it into Raidenmon?
Yep.
Raidenmon. Okay.
Also from Booster 20. On play, when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. All turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area, you may play one play cost 11 or lower Digimon card with the machine or cyborg trait from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. Digicross -2. Raigenmon x Fujinmon x Sujinmon. The Gate Guardian? Those are just the Gate Guardian from Yu-Gi-Oh! When this would be played, you may place... When this would be played, you may place specified cards from your hand or battle area under it. Each one reduces the play cost. Cool.
I don't really understand that.
So, for its play cost here,
yeah,
you can Digicross -2 to, like, so if this card would be played, if you were to play Raidenmon, you can put Raigenmon, Fujinmon, and Suijinmon under the Raidenmon to reduce its play cost by 3.
Okay.
Or if you're digivolving from something else, that takes a 4 down to a 1.
Okay.
Or the 12 down to 9.
Okay. The imposing machine type substitute arrived. In place of optical camouflage, it had a coat of classic camo colors. Its pattern was not suited to the brightly lit city, but the Digimon's raw mass alone was enough to impart a sense of threat. That makes our security stacks even. Now to see if I'll be able to close this out, or if you can snatch victory. You would need a Digimon, though, which you currently lack. Provoked, Horaiji gave a little glance down at his hand. Actually, I think I've got this. I have Chimeramon, Machine Draymon, and Millenniummon in my hand, so I can get out the latter with Digicross, and with its on-play effect, I can get rid of Raidenmon. Then, Altea calmly shook his head. I'm afraid you haven't considered Raidenmon's effect, which lets me keep Oblivimon in play, and at the end of your turn, Invisimon shifts from its defensive role back onto offense. Your last security card will also be revealed. It's game, set, and match, I believe. Fortified yet fluid. Invisible yet invincible. Our strategy has been successful in its aim. Only after an ample pause did he emphatically finish. I'd say the towering titan toppled like a toy tower.
That's some good alliteration.
I'm so sorry. Victorious, Altea and Espimon had brought peace back to Shinjuku, and also earned an unexpected apology from misspelled Horaiji. It's fine, I don't need an apology. No, it was disgraceful to belittle you on the basis of you being an AI and the garden's caretaker. Forgive me. For a researcher who studies digital life forms, and not only that, but also a fellow debugger, those words were not acceptable. Horaiji perfectly straightened out his hunched back, then bent his body down, making a full right angle at the waist in a deeply apologetic bow. Altea looked at Espimon in bewilderment. Altea had considered the matter settled, since he had already raised his objection to the insult and shown his superior strength in battle. Still, it was a good thing that Horaiji had seriously reflected on his own words and offered an apology. Oh, excuse me.
You're almost there. You're almost there.
Almost there.
Look at the scroll bar. You're almost there.
No worries, Mr. Horaiji. Please stand up straight. I take no pleasure in seeing a colleague racked with guilt, so let's put it behind us. I've cooled down as well. All right, thanks.
Get over it. Okay.
It was a magical phrase, no worries. Having picked it up from Yao, Altea was starting to grasp the value of its vagueness.
It means no worries. There you go.
More importantly, would you care to hear my observations from our battle? Oh, of course. After all, the whole point of this was to help deepen your understanding of composite types. Reggie scratched his head, still feeling a bit awkward. Oh, why does this always happen when I read? When I read out loud. Your Millenniummon is a being formed through the combination of two composite Digimon, Chimeramon and Machine Draymon, which in turn are formed from the synthesis of many different Digimon, biological and cyborg respectively. Millenniummon represents the coexistence of the technological and the natural within one entity, and makes it remarkably similar to the Machinamon we've been dealing with. Right, Mr. Coolboy probably made us battle in order to help you gain that sort of insight. Did you unravel anything else? Altea held his hand to his chin a little hesitantly before muttering, as if to himself, I believe Machinamon may not be a composite Digimon after all. Why? Based on intuition? I can explain my reasoning. If you look at, say, Chimeramon or Millenniummon, they're able to exist as composite Digimon with all of their components integrated because they've reached an appropriate level of maturity. Deltamon, on the other hand, which doesn't have unified control of its parts, is still a champion. Right, then you have Machinamon, only a rookie, and to start with, it's not even clear from where its components originated.
Did we already know that Machinamon was a child level? Or is this new information?
I think we did.
Okay, were we just presuming it was an adult because it looked like a Tailmon, Mikumon thing?
We were thinking it might be, but I think we...
Did we learn it was a child? Okay.
I can't remember if we learned it or if we just decided. Altea nodded in agreement with Espimon, then looked straight at her IG. That said, my main reason is indeed intuition. Machinamon seems to me like a Digimon who intrinsically embodies the opposing notions of nature and civilization. If that's true, could they be a result of a mutation? Altea shook his head at Haraji's suggestion. There are far too many of them for that to be the case. If anything, my feeling is that contrast is at the very core of its being, its defining characteristic. That was the conclusion Altea had ultimately reached about Machinamon. That was the kind of creature it was, despite its defective cybernetics and its cobbled-together appearance. If it's as you say, then its very existence is quite pitiful. This is coming from a composite player? Actually, Gazimon digivolves for me of its own volition, and when in Lacuna, there's no pain at all. As Haraiji said this, a greyish-purple mammal type popped up on the shoulder of his white lab coat. Seeing that there was indeed no sadness in the eyes of the grinning Digimon, Altea felt a little relief.
I'm getting flashbacks to, like, I know we talked about this before, but Pokemon, yeah. Where it's like, isn't Mega Evolution awesome? It's so cool. And then, like, the very next game, oh yeah, Mega Evolution is actually awful and really hurts them, so don't do that anymore. It's like that in reverse.
He's okay, don't worry. He's not sad.
No.
In any case, if we were to continue protecting the Machinamon, it would be a heavy responsibility. It would be wise to do more in-depth research. Absolutely. I trust I can count on your collaboration? Yes, of course. You betcha. Altea exchanged a glance with his enthused partner and gave a little nod. Of course the research would continue. An AI never ceases to compute, after all. Perhaps the research would find a way to reconcile or integrate the natural and artificial sides of Machinamon. If so, the data yielded might also help Altea in his endeavour to build closer relationships with the colleagues he was coming to like so much.
To be continued.
These cards are still under development.
That is what that says. Development. Oh.
Did they try to type development and envelope at the same time?
Development. Aww. Desmond, yeah. It looks like.
Sorry.
Do you mind?
No, I don't.
Talk in the chat here. You not yawn internally.
No.
Learn.
Be a big yawn. Like a big stretch.
No, you gotta learn to yawn internally. Suppress it.
That doesn't happen. It escapes and goes, ah!
Oh, don't I know? It does appear that Machinamon is a child level. So yes, Desmond.
Yeah.
Oh no, we did on its profile thingy.
Oh yeah, that's what it
was.
been,
Yeah.
What did Desmond say to me?
Meg, you said that? I don't know.
I said what?
You said what?
What?
What? Who?
Who?
When?
Why?
There's no more wuss. There's no more what words. What whoa?
When?
We said that one.
Did we?
Yeah. God, your short-term memory is awful.
Came for?
Don't.
Okay.
Nani?
The end?
Alright, that's enough. Oh, it's starting to annoy me now.
I can annoy you in all the languages.
Please don't. Yeah,
Well,
I don't think we learned anything.
what's why in Japanese? Is it nani?
Yeah, no.
No,
That's what. I don't remember. So we didn't learn anything in this chapter.
No.
This is just two people having a chat, and then there's a card game, and then they talk some more.
They learn that it's not like
a composite.
Yeah. It's very different, and also we learn that it's struggling to live
Because of the nature of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't mesh well together.
That line at the end. No, look, it says here, look, right at the end. Yeah, these cards are still under development. There may be differences with the finalized product.
Development.
Development. Yeah, that E should not be there.
Development.
Development. Elope. Oh no! The devs have eloped! Come back! You're the only people making good product. Come back! So, like, it's... Like, this is a fine chapter. Like, I feel like this is something that could have, like, benefited from, like, a side chapter. Like, if this was a publicized manga, this would be something that you'd get, like... In a way, sometimes manga, you'll get the main story, and then there'll be a few pages at the end dedicated to, like, and this character was off doing this.
Yeah.
Like, something like that you could see.
Yeah, I feel like this battle, with how epic they're trying to make everything sound, it's the same as Dynamon.
Yeah.
They're trying to make them sound so epic, but there's only so much you can do with text.
Yeah.
When it's a giant flaming dinosaur or a huge mecha hero gigantor thing.
Yeah, where if this was an anime, like, you could dedicate an episode to not focusing on Shoto and Co, and you just focus on this. Yeah. And then you could really get, like, a showdown in Shinjuku kind of thing. And
yeah, this chapter would have worked better visually.
But ultimately, like, I like Altea, but there's nothing in this chapter that's kind of made me... Like,
I feel like Altea, Haraji, and Espimon, like, I know I wasn't doing voices, but it was very hard to distinguish who was actually talking at points.
Yeah, and the novel does have that problem where it doesn't really make it clear who's saying what line, which is why I just stopped doing... Which is why I really wasn't doing voices on 6-1, or sorry, 5-1, because it's not like...
I feel like they're both speaking matter-of-factly, so...
Yeah, but there's no, like, text, like... hold on, let me go back, because there's a really good example, like, right at the start of 5-1. And this is where the fair use comes into it, because we're actually discussing the thing we've been reading. I will look at Yao's butt. Oh, they tried to censor it. So it was kind of here where I was like, oh boy, here we go. So it's like, yeah, it's truly incredible. Agreed. I'd seen Yao sneaking off. Like, there's no there's no element of, is this Espimon? Is this Altea? Is this Altea? Is this
Is a cool boy?
Yeah, but you you know, or is it Cool Boy that's sighing like, I'm honored to be here? Some parts resemble, but it's amazingly chaotic. You know, or is it Espimon sighing like?
Yeah, no, I think that one's.
You know, is this line tied to this?
Yeah, it's hard to know because they don't do, you know, Espimon's side, and then
exactly,
which I think would look better than sigh in asterisk.
Yeah.
That's very roleplay.
Yeah. But even then we wouldn't. But even that's very to chat. Just star side star. But even in roleplay, a writer wouldn't do that. You would have, as you said, there would be the big descriptive thing. Somebody saw it, and then it's like character side exasperated because of such and such, and then you go into the text. So there's no real identifiers. So we kind of had that problem as well, where we would do a character's voice and then the following text box would say, no, actually this was this character who said that. And it's like, okay, well, hold on, I have to go back and redo it now, and then you have to swap the roles around. And yeah, and that's another problem for this novel. It doesn't really do a good job at identifying who's talking at any given point.
I did put a meme in just now that is kind of the opposite of that. It's but it's
okay, we'll take a look.
It takes a jab at writers, but it's like, yeah, like no way, Mr. Cool Boy. That joke's practically the pick of the bunch.
Yeah, because he's talking about tangerines.
Yeah, but you're like, okay, so you're talking to Cool Boy, but to Cool Boy.
So here's the other thing, right? So I fully get that Altea is the one who made the joke here.
Yeah.
But then, you must be citrusly impressed then. That's clearly Espimon responding.
But it sounds like Cool Boy said
because it says, Cool Boy bemusedly tilted his head. And it's like, but then it's like, oh no, he's more of a, huh? It's not he's not bantering with Altea.
Yeah.
He's just looking at him going, wait, what?
Yeah.
So that doesn't become clear until you get the next set of dialogue, and then it's. But then it also is Cool Boy also bantering because low hanging, because that's also low hanging fruit. Tangerine is a fruit. Are they? Yeah, I do wish it was a bit more like Altea joked. You know, oh, you must be citrusly impressed then. You know, replied Espimon with a smirk.
When I first, because, you know, my brain just reads the whole page before we even get there. And I saw citrusly impressed, and I was like, what in the AI? I didn't, because I hadn't gotten the puns of it.
No.
Because I had just scanned it.
Well, can we talk about that? The amount of, like, someone had the thesaurus out writing this.
Phlegmatically. I will not leave that word go. Nobody ever uses that word ever.
It really does sound like they threw the Japanese version of this into ChatGPT, and then it took them a week to tidy it up. Like, is that why we got it a week later than the Japanese release?
Like, phlegmatic means having an unemotional and stolidly calm disposition.
Yeah.
But, like, whoever uses that?
Well, you're basically no-selling a thing.
But nobody would ever say, you know, he was phlegmatic, or he said that phlegmatically. But
it kind of also just comes across of, well, we have an AI and a scientist, so we're going to use big words that they would say at each other. But people don't talk like that.
No.
I know scientists. They don't use that word.
No.
If anything, they more simplified the better.
You okay?
Yeah.
Did I not close it right?
It's just a bit raised on that side, so it's just tightening it back on.
Ah.
It's grand. Like, it wasn't in danger of spilling out or anything.
Okay.
But if I was clumsy and dropped it.
Mine is okay. That's why I moved yours over, because it was on top of the laptop, and I was like, no, I don't want to spill that.
No.
That is work laptop.
Yeah, please don't destroy my work, my work equipment. But like, not my favorite chapter. Like, it was fine, but it was kind of also.
I'd give it like a 3.5.
Yeah, like it was engaging, but it wasn't enveloping. It still seems like this chapter was in yeah, I was gonna say, it still feels like this chapter was in development.
Yeah, this feels like a first draft where you have to go back through it and go, people don't talk like that, and write it properly.
Yeah.
But look, it made up for it with that picture of Yao, so I'm very sad she wasn't in this chapter.
There you go.
You promised me she was in this chapter.
She is in this chapter.
She is not. He said she was all over this chapter. She was not. She was gone doing something else.
Well, I hadn't read it yet, so I didn't realize she wasn't going to be a focal part of the chapter. But look, you got buns. What else do you want? It's not like you would have gotten another image of her. They kind of made her a DigiMILF.
Yeah, they did. They literally called her mommy.
Yeah. Look at her. She even looks like a proud mom looking at her creation.
She also looks a little embarrassed.
Actually, yeah, can we come back to that line that they had for her? The reaction from his mother, Yao, was memorable. Startled, she clasped her fist to her tiny torso. They're really selling it that she's a short stack. Like, that's No, Desmond. You know what? Actually, no. I'll give you this one. She's an adult. You'll have to fight Meg, though.
Yep. If I punch, I'll punch you.
Yeah, please don't punch me. I haven't done anything to deserve it.
Is it this one?
What? The gun? You just
mine.
You're just shooting.
Nobody can see that I'm in. How do I undo it? No one can see it. I'm under the Lotmon blanket.
Oh yeah. It just looked like you were vibrating under the Lotmon blanket. Actually, hold on. I'm curious now.
I'm curious what that looks like. Yeah. Yeah, that looks really weird. Yeah, it looks like I'm nomming on something.
No. That's good, because the chat can't see the jiggle when you come back into place.
Aw, poor chat.
It's a good jiggle.
We can't.
Don't kick the table.
I didn't kick the table, I kicked the microphone.
Which is attached to the table. Please don't kick my equipment. I'll be stealing yours otherwise. Yeah, look, not my favorite chapter. Like, it was interesting, but it wasn't... Yeah, I think that's what I meant to say earlier. Like, it was interesting, but it wasn't particularly engaging.
No.
Like, I think if we had skipped this, we wouldn't have missed anything.
No.
There's no plot revelations or anything. We learned that Unchained is an AI as well, but...
If we kind of guess that, we don't really need to. We
Exactly,
don't need to read
yeah.
this chapter to know that.
So there's no real takeaway from this?
Yeah, only that Machinamon is weak and dying because it's badly evolved.
Mm.
And they need to find a place for it.
My little Espimon looking for Haru's dad. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I could go either way on this. Some really cool designs. I do like Altea's design.
Mm.
If we go back to 5-2 for a second. I'm losing my voice.
You are.
That's why I let you read as well. I've been giving out to clients a bit more this week just for being stupid. I had one person earlier today. I was like, okay, do you have your account number? No. Like, literally, you expect me to have that? It's like,
why don't you just magically know that?
Do you have the serial number for your card reader? No. Same, like, exact same, like, I was able to give someone a phone number earlier. Can you not? I was like, okay, what's the phone number? It brought up 2 accounts. Okay, it brought up 2 accounts. What's the address? gave me the doing business as name. Like, they're both doing business under that name. What is the billing address? I kind of had to get a bit.
Yeah.
You know, you're not helping here. You're snapping your fingers at me, but you're not giving me anything to work with.
I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I got really distracted by all that.
Yeah, so I like Altea's design. Oblivimon is kind of scary.
Yeah. Especially that other picture with the brain.
That's what I was coming back down to. I was looking for the big image.
The brain is scary.
Yeah, there's a lot of references in here. Maginger Z and Robo Getter, I think, would probably be the most modern ones. But I think the blue color scheme just makes me think of Tatsujin 28.
Can we zoom in on the brain?
Yeah, I think we can.
Nope.
Too far. Too much zoom.
Look at this little heart in the middle.
It does. I was wondering about that
Looks
earlier.
like it has a heart on the middle of it, and then twin tail brains. That's so weird.
A brain with twin tails, huh? Oh yeah. And then like the two little bits here, are just like little arms.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's kind of gross and yeah, very alien. I okay, fair enough. That kind of works really well. Is that what Espimon's brain looks like?
Is Espimon like a Dalek? Is that just like an outer shell and that's what he really looks like?
Oh, that would have been fun. Like a Dalek inspired design. Desmond saying again, I say again just because I know you said it earlier. Saying this image reminds Desmond of Arrestor Dramon's Superior Mode. I guess for the splash screen for the evolution, the same way I'm getting cross 4 energy from it.
Yeah.
I can see why.
The colors as well are very cross.
Yeah.
They were always kind of those
very vivid colors. Yeah, they were. Yeah, Cross Wars is a very vividly colored show. I do like the mouthpiece here. I think it's really cool. Like, it's got this hero knight robot thing going for it.
Dukemon's face, no?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, a little bit, yeah, kind of.
It's not no Megamon face.
No, it's not. It's not a royal knight face where they've all just got that, like, plate with teeth. So yeah, like, some good imagery. You know, but just the overall chapter, I don't feel like we'll remember this just because of the UFOs rather than the content of the chapter itself, I feel.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't really tell you much of what happened in that card battle.
No. You know, and I'm not sure how the card battle was meant to educate Altea on composite Digimon.
Yeah, like seeing them in action, I guess you could see them.
Like how they come together and how they form one being.
Yeah, but I mean.
But I wasn't sure. I'm not sure.
You have to battle for that.
Yeah, like.
Considering he said Gazimon evolves at will.
Well, he might not have an evolution emblem. But I don't know. It just felt the card fight felt like it was there just for the sake of having a card fight in every chapter. But as I think Yuki mentioned earlier, they're like the 6 doesn't. Yeah, 6 doesn't have a battle in it. So, and we still haven't met the pilot girl.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she'll be Debug 7 or 8.
There's only one column, Yuki said.
Oh, well, that's good. There'll be another one by the time the next comic rolls around.
Yeah.
Well, look, we'll just get that out of the way now then. It feels like it's been longer since we've done Liberator stuff, so I just expected there would be more than... Tips 12, really the last one we did?
Mm.
Okay. Introducing Lacuna, number 4. Obsidian Desert, the dusty demonic realm. That's where Shoto and everyone is currently fighting.
Yeah.
Digimon Liberator is a fully immersive VR game set in a virtual... Yeah, we know this. Virtual space... I feel like you don't need to open every tip with this.
No. Just skip things that are irrelevant.
Yeah. Digimon Liberator is a fully immersive VR game set in a virtual space called
Lacuna.
Lacuna.
Skip things that are irrelevant.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the story. Formed from a complex fusion of map... Yeah, okay. No, I'm skipping that. We know all this stuff.
Yeah.
Today, let's explore one of them, Obsidian Desert, the dusty demonic realm. You think they were given like a word count and this is just the filler?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Interesting concept. The concept art for this area is pretty cool. I like this thing. I like this big tower thing at the back.
Yeah. I think it's almost like a factory in the desert zone, but not quite.
None of Lacuna's areas lack for character, but this one has a strange contrast that sets it apart. In the region's center is a darkly lustrous steel city of industry, yet around the perimeter is an assortment of ancient-seeming ruins and pyramids. Although it seems implausible, the city is heavily industrialized despite there being nothing except desert all around. When traveling through the desert, you'll likely stumble across ruins sporadically, and in some of these you'll find secret passages leading to other areas. It can be a good idea to seek these out, especially when you hit a wall exploring other areas, since some passages take you to locations not accessible any other way. Head into the central city and you'll see automated factories ceaselessly churning out parts for NPCs and carrying out maintenance. A little unsettling, the exact details of the operations here, for instance, at the facility producing components for familiar cyborg and machine Digimon, are shrouded in mystery.
It's kind of given vibes of what we just watched with the Gardramon. That kind of factory.
Oh yeah,
They had all parts of Hagurumons and
yeah.
Gardramons and other things.
Yeah, I get that. I see what you're getting there. Although the bleakness may not be everyone's cup of tea, the area's aesthetic attracts certain players, and some are said to adore it so much they're rarely away for long.
Weirdos.
Given the desolate and lonely atmosphere, it's unsurprising that NPCs are a rare sight here. There are currently only a few stationed for players to battle, and virtually all of them are tough as nails, serving as a pure test of the player's skills. This is the literal meaning of the word. A rookie taking them on would be in for a trouncing, so it's wiser to wait until you reach an advanced level, and even then, thorough preparation of a suitable deck and strategy is recommended. Obviously, the Obsidian Desert's role in the game is not that of a mere dull wasteland. There are two major reasons why it's worth paying a visit. The first is the secret shop that's believed to be somewhere in the city. It's run by the Junkyard Scavenger, a peculiar NPC who goes around with a paper bag covering his face. Like when Spider-Man joins the Fantastic Four. And he becomes like the Bombastic Bagman or something. Is that what he's called? Bombastic Bagman? No. Yeah! They even gave him it. Yeah, they even gave him it as a costume in the first of the new Spider-Man games. Where was I? Yeah, here we go.
Shouldering a basket.
Thank you. A peculiar NPC who goes around with a paper bag covering his face, shouldering a basket that holds his assorted wares. His shop sells rare ability items and other goods you'll scarcely encounter in other shops or during quests. It also turns out he's surprisingly personable, Don't mistake that for generosity. To get what you seek, you'll have to stump up colossal amounts of bit, or occasionally something of equal value. And to raise the bar even higher, he doesn't set up shop in one fixed place. Instead, regularly relocating to spots not shown on the D-Storage map. It goes without saying, few other merchants are anywhere near this elusive. So if you can't rely on your map or even your memory, what do? For those set on finding the junkyard scavenger, there's unfortunately nothing else for it but to persistently scour the maze of alleyways. Even if you succeed, there's no guarantee he'll be in the same place tomorrow. On the other hand, if you gain his trust, he'll consider you a favorite customer and offer you special perks. At least, that's what some claim, and insistently enough that many players are drawn to the area. Aside from the secret shop, Obsidian Desert's main attraction is its side quests. Below is a brief introduction to one of the major ones, Obsidian Truth.
Can they not just give this to us as a game, please?
I know, right?
Why do we have to read about the game? Can we not play the game?
Can you imagine them announcing this at Digimon Con?
That it's actually a game?
It begins with a chance encounter with the mysterious Perla. While making your way through the industrial city's mazy alleyways, you crossed paths with this rag-wearing NPC, whose frightened look grew even tenser upon spotting you. A rare human traveler. Is tenser a word?
I don't think mazy is a word either, like that, in that context.
After Perla flees, you are driven by curiosity to give chase. The path you end up taking seems as if it's serving as a tour of the city, gradually tending towards its center. Along the way, inside the factories, you'll find records indicating that the region was once green, fertile, and home to many. What could have caused it to degrade into this desolate land of steel and sand? It appears the answers to your questions may lie elsewhere. The D-Storage map is disabled as soon as you encounter Perla and start the side quest, forcing you to rely on your intuition as you navigate the labyrinth-like industrial city in pursuit. Having a good understanding of the area's structure will make a big difference. You'll pass through more central, ordinarily inaccessible areas as Perla repeatedly gets away from you. The Obsidian Desert boasts a number of similar quests that provide background lore related to the main scenario and the entire game. Compared to only playing the main scenario, you may find that these give you special insights into the world of Digimon Liberator and its story. And it's for this reason that the Obsidian Desert has a unique role in the game. With its sense of decay and foreboding atmosphere, the city may not be so enticing for newcomer players to visit. On the other hand, veterans should feel well catered to, given the complex map and vast amount of hidden content. Ultimately, it's a place of vital importance to the world of Lacuna and Digimon Liberator, strewn with secrets to find and characters to meet. We can't promise your adventure there will be easygoing, but for those who are prepared, it's one well worth undertaking. Alright, cool.
Tensor is a word, but it's really not preferred. More tense is preferred. And mazy is a word.
Yeah. That one less surprising.
In England, it means someone who's dizzy.
Oh!
They're mazy. But it also just means like a maze.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, regarding so that's the email we read last time. Yeah. So, Desmond, it's the true Ghost game. Yuki says Booster 12 has more comic characters and Seekers Chronicle stuff, so there probably isn't much cards to show off, which is why 6 doesn't have a battle. Fair enough. I still feel like our takeaway.
All 4 of them are going to be it. 4? Is it 4 of them? They're all in the debuggers.
Yeah.
They're all in the thumbnail for it.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine we'd be getting like 4 of them versus 4 others, or
No, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised considering the comic is currently starting a 3x3. But I feel like writing a 4x4 would take.
Writing it out would be a lot worse than drawing it.
Yeah. So, like, ultimately, like, this was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about.
No.
Like, we didn't, as I was saying earlier, we didn't really come away with any new revelations, or it didn't really give us any insight. It just kind of, we had a cool character idea, and we wanted to do something with it. Like, I think Altea is a really cool idea, but the content regarding Machinamon, that could have been anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, considering what they did in the comic, it shouldn't be that hard. Okay. I guess the 3x3 doesn't go well in the comic on that statement.
Well, either way, showing it off in the comic and writing it down is two completely different things. I feel like the battles just fail miserably when they're written down.
Oh, I really hope.
Like, it's the same with Seekers, though.
I really hope this isn't the case where in the comic we just cut and the battle's already over.
No,
and we're just doing plot now.
Oh, God.
Like, that big to be continued, and we just come back and the battle's already over. Or I don't know, or maybe Close just one turn kills everything. I had no idea, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
When we get there in 2 weeks. Because we'll do chapter 8 part 1 and part 2 together. I don't know, I guess we'll just see if there's any comments from the last go live, and then we'll just we'll take it from there.
I posted my meme under meme because there was no Digimon in it.
Ah, that's fine. So let me Ooh.
What are you looking at?
This.
Well.
Okay, so no new comments. That's okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, that's that.
So thanks YouTube for messing up where comments are.
Yeah,
They've made it really awkward.
Yeah, they've made it really awkward to find comments. It's not just on the sidebar in Studio anymore. Like, I can share my screen here. I don't care. Some people are really particular about that, but I don't care because it's only this. You're not going to get any info out of this. So the comments option, there used to be just a button here for it under community, or is it just in? Oh, it's just called community now. Oh yeah, so I got a comment earlier on my Wormmon Armor Shinka clip to show the evolution to Uchimon, and I got a comment going, "This is fake." I'm like, no, this product is very real, and this evolution is from a drama CD. Yes, I checked, and it's true.
They checked that it's fake, or they checked that you're telling the truth?
I guess check that I'm telling the truth. Yeah. But, okay, so they've just put it under the community tab now.
Community, yeah.
Yeah, like last week it was like you had to go into content, go into your video, and then click in comments. So at least they've fixed that. So it's not just me now.
It's hiding all the comments.
So that's fine. Okay, so we have 2 memes from. Oh, well, actually, we have 3. Yeah, 4. Yeah, you know what? No, we'll go with all 4 just to stretch it out a bit. So, Yuki shared this meme from Twitter. Corporate wants you to find the differences between these 2 pictures. I think that's really fun. Then Digimon, digital monsters. After all these years, I finally have them all. So this is a new one. It's what Close's Sandiramon turns into. But we now we have Airdramon, Seadramon, Landramon. So we now have a Dramon for the Sky, Sea, and Sky, Sea, and Land. So that's funny. Just for that. And then you get great mileage out of this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, no, seriously, how does Dianamon function? How does
she moves, she stabs herself with her shin guards. Turns her head. That's why she's wearing something over her face now, because she's after cutting her own nose off with her shoulder pads.
I feel like her helmet should also just have a visor to not poke her own eyes out. Maybe this is why this one has cyber eyes.
Yeah.
Who would win? A wicked god that can control time and space? One tiny rodent with a Toku android? Oh, there's another one. Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid. This thing looks awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That drill rocket turtle thing, that looks amazing. I guess we'll get to see that in chapter 8 as well.
That pyramid turtle is a zombie?
In Yu-Gi-Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes, pyramid turtle is a zombie. So, GG's, Yuki. GG's.
I'm going to buy one in meme.
Oh, yeah. Why can't authors just use said? Huh? Intoned Aaron vocally? Sorry, that was a strange thing to ask. Erwin generated sonically from his speech organs. Yeah. This is Digimon Liberator's problem. It's this. It's actually this.
I sent that to one of our other friends yesterday. And just as it came up, then I was like, go back and save that again. This is accurate right now.
Bravo, everyone. Bravo. And you too can join our Discord if you're if you haven't already, and join in the fun and chicanery. But yeah, that's everything, because we're not doing Debug 6 until Sunday.
Yeah.
So we won't. So it'll only be Debug 6. We won't have any column because there's only been the one. So our next column then will be when we get around to doing chapter 8 of the actual comic.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Sonically, yes. Science. Not spin dashing. Yeah, look, I do wish this chapter had been better. It's not that I'm not looking forward to chapter 6, but I don't have expectations.
No, this one, like, I know it was an AI and a scientist.
Is it?
But it felt really clinical.
Yeah. Like,
There should have been more emotion, I think.
Is it wrong? I feel like the novels peaked after Winter.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Like, after Yuki and Winter, none of the novels feel like none of the novel stories feel like they've kind of hit those same levels of, oh, that's fun, that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they've all kind of fallen off a little bit. I wouldn't say they're getting worse and worse and worse.
No, certainly not.
They're hitting differently than the first ones.
Yeah. For sure. We have a 1.5 waifu reveal to compensate. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Thank you, Hengemon, for making this less dull, I suppose. Oh no, I do really like the new SBMon forms. They do appeal to me.
Yeah, they do look cool, but they would have been better had we seen them in action instead of read about them in action.
Fair. But guys, I think we'll call it there. A nice and short one, I think. 2 hours and 44 compared to our usual 3:44 to 4.5. I think this is a good place to end off.
Yeah.
And we will see you here again on Sunday.
Someone said I wish they were in Ghost Game.
Oh, the SBMon evolutions? Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been... Oh, imagine... what's her name? Amphimon?
Yeah.
The pink robot girl?
Yeah.
And next to...
Oh, yeah. Amphimon next to...
Oh, that'd be so cheesy because they'd be so like...
Oh, exactly.
I'm a superhero and I'm a superhero.
Yeah, and I'm a big mecha and I'm a big... Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been so much fun.
Our last live shows were 3.5 and 4 hours. So...
Yeah.
These are kind of shorter. Kinda.
It's not when we're like, Seeker's mini-sode 3 hours later.
Maybe check out Close's plot to close out the stream. Okay, I think we can do that.
Oh?
No, I won't. I don't have to go into the comic for this. I just need to load Discord back up. And because I had the gall to close it, it's going to be angry with me.
Mm-hmm. How dare you?
I never understand why. I still don't understand why it's the YouTube streams everything seizes up on.
Yeah.
I can navigate a bajillion things fine when
I feel like Streamlabs should be heavier than OBS on the RAM. Not.
Oh yeah, the artist for Digimon Paradox made a little art.
I read that as hin instead of hi.
Oh, with a tilde.
Tilde, yeah.
Sorry, I need the Liberator thread, not the manga thread. So that's the cover for 8-1.
Ah, okay.
And the cute little Sandiramon.
Yuki, you just wanted to see feet, didn't you?
Oh, so that's Sandiromon's adult, perfect, and mega. Oh, damn. There is plot.
There we go.
She got big plot.
Yeah.
Big tracts of land. Because sand, Digimon.
She could feed a whole crash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's
I don't know
us like that.
I don't know what happened there, but it does look like she's looking down at you and yeah.
But her boobs are smushed.
Needle dick.
Why are her boobs smushed in it though?
No idea. Oh, and then there's this random image. See? Even the in-game characters are looking at his name like, really?
Yeah. You called yourself this, didn't you?
But, oh, and then Yuki posted this.
Ah.
Come on. So just for the comparisons, Dragon Knight, humanoid furry thing, mecha, superhero.
Yeah.
Also, one thing we didn't get to see was Invisimon's jet blade weapon thing.
Did we say that was
It looks like it's
Granny, was it?
No, like the Pokemon that shoots out mini versions of itself. Dragapult.
Dragapult, yeah.
But yeah. So that's
Granny's all round.
Granny's at the
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And there's Tatsujin 28, so yeah. And then all the other stuff.
No, is it reminding me of when Spiromon is a stage?
Oh.
Is that what I'm thinking of?
For that Shoutmon evolution?
Yeah. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Possibly. That's not a bad show. Also, this is we do have these to look forward to.
Okay.
These are Elizamon evolutions, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, they do look kind of posh. Big bonnet.
But didn't she turn into like a big, like
dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what this is all about, and then like this is just a devil.
It looks like a harpy lady or something.
Yeah. So I'm very curious. Okay, so that is well and truly it. We are done. We'll get into all of this stuff when we read chapter 8 properly.
Yeah.
Because it'll give us like the origins for these. Alrighty. So I hope everyone had fun tonight. Could be Medusa. Oh, that'd be fun. I feel like they're gonna go with a more Elizabeth Bathory thing though.
Yeah.
Because
it's a vampire.
Elizabeth, and it already looks frilly, so you've got the English, like Victorian Queen Elizabeth element to it already. So I could definitely see it being like this female Vamdemon, like Elizabeth Bathory kind of thing.
She was a lady, wasn't she? She wasn't a...
Who? Bathory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't like a... Well, she wasn't a queen, obviously.
No.
A duchess or anything, was she?
L'origin story sounds made up. I don't know what to tell you. These things existed. We gotta base things on other things to make things, right?
No, I think it means the word.
Oh, l'origin sounds made up? I mean... it's their lore and origins, therefore l'origins. It's a perfectly valid word. I earn a bajillion Scrabble points.
Like Maisie and Tensor.
Yeah.
Development.
Development. Okay. Well, guys, look, we hope you had fun. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you.
We love you all. And hopefully we'll see you on Sunday for Debug Chapter 6.
Hopefully it'll be more engaging.
Yeah. So, do look after yourselves. Enjoy the rest of the week ahead, and yeah, we shall talk to you, if not on Discord, very soon. Bye.
Bye.
So does Meg. Always.
Oh, yes.
More Yao, says Meg. Alright, for real. Bye.